Zixtal's four eyes widened as the data scrolled across the holographic display, each piece of information more terrifying than the last. The xenobiology research station hummed quietly around them, but the Kethvari scientist felt their breathing apparatus working overtime as panic set in. "This cannot be correct," Zixtal whispered, their translator device struggling with the tremor in their voice. "Run the analysis again." Dr. Elena Vasquez, the human liaison assigned to the joint research project, looked up from her own terminal with that peculiar facial expression humans called a smile. She had been reviewing the same planetary data for the past hour, seemingly unbothered by what should have been absolutely horrifying information. "The data's accurate, Zixtal. That's my homeworld you're looking at." Elena's voice carried an inexplicable warmth as she spoke about what the Galactic Habitability Index had classified as a Class 0 Deathworld, the most dangerous planetary classification in known space. Zixtal's mandibles clicked nervously as they processed this revelation. In the 3 cycles since first contact with humanity, the galactic community had been puzzled by these strange bipedal creatures. They seemed friendly enough, eager to share knowledge and culture, but there had always been something unsettling about them. Now Zixtal understood why. "Your atmospheric composition alone should have killed your species before it developed sapience," Zixtal said, pointing a trembling appendage at the display. 21% oxygen. That's barely below combustion levels. How do you not spontaneously ignite? Elena chuckled, another disturbing human behavior that Zixtal had never quite understood. "We evolved with it. Actually, we need that much oxygen to function properly. Watch this." Before Zixtal could protest, Elena began what humans called jogging, a recreational activity that involved repeatedly impacting the ground with their feet at an accelerated pace. Within moments, her breathing became more rapid and audible. "See? My body is demanding more oxygen to fuel my muscles. We're basically living combustion engines." Elena wasn't even slightly out of breath, despite what should have been an exhausting display. Zixtal's horror deepened as they continued reading. "Your planet's gravity is 1.3 times standard galactic norm. Your magnetic field fluctuates wildly. You have massive storms that can level entire cities. Your tectonic plates move constantly, causing earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. And," Zixtal paused, their voice dropping to a whisper, "your star bombards your planet with lethal radiation every day." "Oh, that's just sunlight," Elena said casually, as if discussing the weather. "We actually need it to produce vitamin D. Most humans feel sad and lethargic without enough sun exposure. We call it seasonal depression. You need the deadly radiation to maintain psychological health? Among other things, yes, though too much can cause cancer, which is why we invented sunscreen." Elena held up a small tube of white cream, as if it were the most normal thing in the galaxy. Zixtal's research partner, Dr. Mirthak of the Hegemony, entered the lab at that moment. The insectoid alien's compound eyes immediately fixated on the data display, and their antennae began twitching rapidly, a sign of extreme agitation among their species. "By the 7 moons," Mirthak buzzed, "this world has predators that weigh over 6 tons and hunt in coordinated packs." "Orcas," Elena nodded. "Beautiful creatures. Highly intelligent, too. Humans swim with them recreationally." "SWIM?" Both aliens exclaimed in unison, their universal translators struggling with the volume. "Sure. We swim in the same waters as creatures that could swallow us whole. We climb mountains that could crush us with avalanches. We explore caves that could collapse at any moment. We even jump out of aircraft for fun. We call it skydiving." Mirthak's exoskeleton had begun changing colors rapidly, cycling through what Zixtal recognized as the hegemony equivalent of hyperventilation. Your species actively seeks out mortal danger for entertainment? Not all of us, Elena laughed, but enough that we have entire industries built around extreme sports. Bungee jumping, free climbing, deep sea diving, storm chasing. Some humans even surf. They stand on floating boards and ride waves that could easily drown them. Zixtal pulled up additional data on human history and immediately regretted it. Your species has survived multiple extinction-level events, ice ages that lasted thousands of years, volcanic eruptions that blocked out your sun, asteroid impacts, solar flares, and you just adapted? Humans are pretty resilient, Elena agreed. We've also survived ourselves, which might be more impressive. Wars, plagues, nuclear weapons. We're still here, still exploring, still growing. The two alien scientists exchanged meaningful looks. In the cycles since joining the galactic community, various species had wondered about humanity's rapid technological advancement and their seemingly fearless approach to space exploration. Now it all made sense. No wonder you volunteered for the deep space exploration missions, Mirthak observed. What we consider barely survivable, you probably think of as a pleasant vacation. Elena's smile widened. Actually, space is easier than Earth in a lot of ways. No weather, no predators, no tectonic activity. Just vacuum, radiation, and the occasional asteroid. After growing up dodging hurricanes and earthquake zones, spacecraft feel pretty safe. Zixtal saved the data file with shaking appendages. This information would need to be shared with the Galactic Council immediately. The implications were staggering. If humans could thrive on a Class 0 Deathworld, what did that say about their potential as a species? What environments might they be able to colonize that no other known species could even survive? Elena, Zixtal said carefully, when your people say Earth is a beautiful blue marble, you're not being ironic, are you? Not at all, Elena replied, her expression growing distant and fond. It's home. All that danger, all that chaos, it made us who we are. The storms taught us to build better shelters. The predators taught us to work together. The disasters taught us to adapt and overcome. Earth might be trying to kill us every day, but it's also the only world that could have created us. She turned back to her terminal, already planning the next phase of their research. Besides, once you've lived through a Category 5 hurricane, most galactic phenomena seem pretty manageable. Zixtal and Mirthak watched her work, both aliens sharing the same thought. Perhaps the galaxy had underestimated what it meant to be human. If a Class 0 Deathworld had produced beings this adaptable, this resilient, this optimistic in the face of constant mortal peril, then humanity might be the most remarkable species the galaxy had ever encountered, and perhaps the most terrifying. But as Elena hummed quietly while analyzing data that would give most species nightmares, Zixtal realized something else. If humans could call a Deathworld home and still find beauty in it, maybe there was something to be learned from their perspective. After all, they hadn't just survived their impossible world, they had thrived on it.